And with us now for more on the Super Bowl is the CBN Sports teams. Hey, guys, how are you guys doing?
Hey, what's happening? What's going on?
Well, how are the teams revving up for the game day?
They're really trying to relax. You know, they get bombarded by media all week. I mean, not only do they do opening night for media day, but they also have media sessions all week. I mean, usually the coaches, the quarterbacks, all the defense starters and offensive starters, they have press conferences that they're doing every day. And then they have to squeeze in practices between all that time. And so it's very, very busy. So what they try to do, they just listen to music. They're mellowing out. They're not going out and partying. I'm sure they have curfews they have to abide by. But for both teams, the guys that we talked to seem very, very relaxed. They've got it all in perspective.
All of us here back at the news department at CBN, we're pretty envious of you guys. What's the environment like there?
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's fun. I mean, we're all sports fans. This is actually Juan's first trip. Juan, what do you think? I mean, what do you think about it so far?
I've been a little excited because everything's new to me. Like, I've never been to California. I've never been out to a football game or an NFL game. And for me, everything's like I'm starstruck by everything I see.
Awesome.
And Caleb's been with me before. What do you think, Caleb?
I mean, it's really exciting. Being on there for media day. I know you guys saw the story. It's a fight. It really is a battle to get those interviews because you have hundreds of thousands of people here, really bumping shoulders back and forth to get close to get the interview. So it's a bit of a challenge, but obviously you saw the story and we got it done.
Well, you mentioned that there are probably curfews and there are not any really crazy parties happening right now, but any crazy fan stories, perhaps?
I've seen a couple of people in different crazy outfits, but the crazy fan story happened actually to me. Where I got snubbed by a player who I wanted to get a super selfie with. Being that I'm a social media producer, those are the kind of things I'm looking for. And so when I saw this player by himself, I was like, oh, this is the moment. We merge brands, CBN, this guy. But no, he was like, oh, we're going on live right now. Can't really do it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he turned around and dapped someone else up. And so I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Just kind of showed him the love of Jesus in a quiet, kind of personal way. But I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay. Do you have any early predictions on the game, how it will go?
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with the majority of America. I don't know how the Broncos are going to stop Cam Newton's high-scoring offense. Their defense is pretty heavy. The Broncos do have a #1 ranked defense, so I'm anxious to see how that's going to affect their offensive scoring. But the X factor is Cam Newton. I mean, I don't know how they're going to deal with that. It's one thing to plan for plays and that kind of thing, but Cam is a whole other thing altogether. He's got the arm strength, he's got the speed, he's big. Guy's built like a linebacker. But then on the other side, we're talking about Peyton Manning, who is, I mean, he's a surgeon out there, can break down pretty much every defense in the NFL. And so if he can place the ball where it needs to place it, they can get on the same page. And maybe they can redeem themselves from a couple years ago against the Seahawks.
Does the media actually get to watch the game?
We do. We don't get a lot of credentials. Usually they give out maybe 2 or 3 credentials. I've been blessed. This is my 12th Super Bowl. I've always gotten a seat. There's a lot of things that come with that. You get free programs. You get nice little treats, lunch, dinner. They're not that extravagant, by the way. We're talking like chicken fingers and burgers, dogs, that kind of thing. You want the real stuff, you got to pay for it like everybody else. But the seats are usually good depending on which stadium you go in. So the accommodations for the media is actually pretty good.
Well, Sean, we know that there's a lot of efforts in the area to stop human trafficking. Have you seen anything in action that you could tell us about?
I have. The only thing I've noticed in reference to security is that because this is Super Bowl 50, it's a milestone for the NFL, and so they've amped up the security quite a bit. The security for the Super Bowl is always tight. It's amped up a little bit more this year. Maybe because of that. Outside of that, I haven't seen anything. We've been working pretty much day in and day out. So we're just really getting down to San Francisco.
Well, CBN Sports, Sean Brown, Juan Garcia, and Caleb Kinchlow, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Say goodbye, fellas. Say goodbye from CBN Sports. See you guys.
Bye.